She in. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. Lost a lot, but I can't.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason fun between the...
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's Scott off the play fake. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Emmanuel Sanders, 76 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, one word for that opening play call, and that is aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last night, we talked about when would the secondary get tested. I did not say they'd get tested on play number one. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots. That, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
And he'll take this across yards up to the 27-yard line. Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. They'll be led out by their Pro Bowl quarterback in his 8th season now in the league, Russell Wilson.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Jaron Brown, the intended target, and now it's third down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
On first down, Carson. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down. The game Underneath stuff, you got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on.
That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for the Broncos. And even 50 yards. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
On the move to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Looking to throw. Scott. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
60 outlaw. 54. I got you. Now.
This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right? And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Broncos push further out in front. Able to punch it in on third down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's going to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Again, Smith. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They'll need to get this to the 3rd. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Now it's Smith, and he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And Denver getting set to take the field. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Let's bring it. Switch it.
Scott to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bobby Wagner, he brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. Throwing on 3rd and long. Scott, he's going to loft one. Deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Tim Patrick taking it in. And the Broncos push further out in front. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
McManus now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Geno. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Smith now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Covered a lot of ground there, 81 yards on the punt return. And the Broncos push further out in front. And we always talk about kick returns being so exciting on kickoffs. Punt return almost equally exciting.
And typically we talk about the kickoff return being the most exciting 10 seconds in football. Let's just cut it in half for a punt return and make it the most exciting 5 seconds in football. It's a great, glamorous, dashing play.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Well, let's gaze our attention as the offense takes the field on Rashad Penny. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. He's got this one complete to John Ursua. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Smith now 3 out of 5 since taking over as he's given his guys a first down. From the gun, here's Smith. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Walker. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Sua Cravens in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll try the right side here with Penny. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. That's taken on the 25. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10.
Go now.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you call multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Four receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Scott. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 7 yards there and a first down. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. Boy, rough crowd. No football for 6 months. Already we're skipping halftime. Well, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Let's go.
We look now at Geno Smith. He's the focus of our players' spot.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite lineman. Backer, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd and 9, Smith. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Smith. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And coming out now, the Broncos. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On 3rd down, Freeman. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Umpire threw the flag. Usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. A break from the ground game here. Flacco. He'll get this one to Patrick. Interesting note on quarterback Joe Flacco. While in Baltimore, Seattle is actually the only team he never defeated. Now in 11 years as a Ravens starter in Flacco's defense, he only played the Seahawks 1 time, so 0-1, but trying to right that ship here in this game. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Again, they'll run with Freeman. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Booker on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as... Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Partner, they're up big. They snap the ball from the 15 for a regular PAT, yet they fake it and get it. Is the kicker's leg tired? What's going on here?
I don't know, but defensively, now with this deficit, now you add 2 more onto that. They fake the PAT. That stings a little.
It definitely stings, and I know the guys that I played for, they wouldn't be as mad at the opposition as they would have been at us for allowing that to happen.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. A shotgun snap for Smith. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Looking to throw again on second down. Smith. And now look at him go. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead will swell by one more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Smith throwing again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just
tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Jennings was the one he was looking for.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. The Broncos on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 8. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. McManus's point after is good, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Walker, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Gino down to throw. It's caught by Jennings. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. The Seahawks on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And some space here. There he goes left side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he's to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he's just saying something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Back to the air, Smith on 2nd down. And this will be caught by Brown. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now Smith. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Shamarko Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. They'll run on 1st down. Booker. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Booker. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead will swell by one more. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it's Devontae Booker that's able to finish it off with a touchdown. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Smith. Completes it to Jennings. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Here's Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. And Pete Carroll looks like he likes his chances with the offense on the field. They're going for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Smith. Open man is Ursula. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I'd say